Hey guys, it's Gadget and Happy New Year. This is about the fourth take of everything because I don't know what's wrong with my camera. I got to get a new one and everything. But been trying to talk to you guys about 2018 and what this new year 2019 is going to bring. At the same time, I tired. All right? I had a beautiful thing said to you, but the camera cut out and everything. It didn't save anything, and then this one, it just completely froze. But let's get into it. All right? 2018, right? Was the year I told everybody, take back your baggage. Take back everything, stop it, stop throwing everything onto me to fix it when it's you guys that have to fix it. I have enough stuff I have to deal with, and people didn't believe me. All my life, I've helped people, I've cared about people, I understand things and stuff. But I was still dealing with the fallout from the bullies, dealing with many other things that have been happening here, and I was wondering why my family was getting very secretive and everything. Come to find that my sister's family, we had a very serious situation that we almost had a funeral. I can't tell you what else happened. I can tell you that basically my father had to pick up the slack with my niece and nephew, which left me here to take care of the slack that's here. And basically, hopefully, we thought things were going to get better. It took longer than we thought. So it meant a lot of stuff had to change in 2018, which meant that I had to rearrange my schedule, rearrange everything, and many other things. Also, the fact that I fell down the stairs because people in my building do not know how to clean stairs after they make a mess on it and everything, as I was going down to get the mail, and have a hairline fracture in my arm, which I found out later on and everything, and by the grace of God, did not have a concussion because these are marble stairs. So from February till now, I have been nursing a lot of wounds and everything and stuff and injuries. At the same time, summing up the year, we had a lot of good things and a lot of bad things. The bad things were I had a lot of plans for everybody rolled up into things to be done. And because of situations at work where they gave us extra hours over the summer and things like that and everything, I had to cancel a lot of those plans. I had to revamp everything to find out what I'm going to do for people, how everything's going to be fixed, how everything's going to be changeable. Okay? Then a lot of other stuff happened. They caught the person doing the damage at Li Who. They basically, with the Me Too movement and everything and stuff, but most people are still scared. And they don't know what's going on and everything. And they just didn't want to voice their opinions anymore. But I still kept my mouth open on that and everything and have gotten closure with that. So, with that closure, I also took back to writing to the book and the journey I took back in 2016. Because, like I said, it was posted here on social media as well as many other things that they had up to 1 year when I started that book in 2016, right after I got back from my trip. I sent letters out and everything, and according to all the lawyers, the responses we got, especially from one of them saying they would use it as toilet paper, meant that they were all okay with it and they cannot contest it. So, I took this time because I had extra hours and with all the craziness that has been going on by my job with the gangs and everything else, as well as many other things that have been going on here, I had to basically just come straight home from work. Only limited conventions just like New York Comic Con, Anime NYC, and anything that was local that I could go to without causing any problems here, or having my dad pick me up after at 42 years old. Because my mother, happy wife, happy life, was afraid what's going on and everything and all this stuff and all that. I had to limit what I had to do. All right. So, what other good things? I met a lot of nice people. I reestablished friendships with some old people that I missed a lot. And then got rid of all the dead weights. All the people that were using me for my psychic abilities. All the people that felt that I needed to clean up their messes that they created because they didn't know how to. Meanwhile, I'm dealing with my messes here. dealing with working every day, dealing with everything because of the hours we got and everything. And I needed the money, thank God for those hours. But at the same time, there were certain events that I had to cancel. Like I said, there was so many things that got rearranged, but we had outside influences. We had, like I said, the situation with my sister. We had all this other stuff and everything. So over the past months, it's gotten a little bit better, but at the same time, it really hasn't. Because I sat there and I looked at everything and I said, do I stand my ground? Because they tried to trick me into going to my sister's for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And you all know that 2 years ago, now almost 3, I have not spoken to them because of situations and everything, because they were more afraid of losing me as their scapegoat, losing me as their punching bag, than my happiness, which could have contributed to the fact of why things went the way they did with a certain person in England. But at the same time, when I found out this person in England is also a sadist narcissist, and so are his friends and everything, and they like only to play games and stuff, it just basically was a snowball effect. But you got to remember, I've lived with my sister longer. I've been hurt by my family a lot longer. I survived my family because misery loves company, and I didn't want to be miserable my 2018. So I stood my ground. I didn't go Thanksgiving. And then Christmas, I'm not a cold-hearted bitch or anything. And YouTube, please keep that in there because, it has many other meanings, and my first name is being used as a cover for it anyway, too. So, yeah. You let people use the N-word, so why not, Which I never understood, that everybody else can say it, but certain people can't. But that's here nor there. Alright, well, that's nothing. I don't really do politics or anything like that, but, I just look at it strangely. But that's okay. That's the problem with my dyslexia. I look at the glass half full, half empty, drinkable but poisonous, and all these other crazy things that happen that people accuse me of. But they're not here or there. So, my mother recycled a bag that was used for my cousin Matthew's baby shower. That was a gift that was given to everybody. And my mother just would not tell my sister the truth, that she borrowed used the bag from her stash and everything. So my sister's got this glory thing in her head that I do think, right? Which sometimes I don't believe, because you see, if my sister really wanted me in her life, my phone hasn't changed, and she knows where I live. So that's here nor there. Alright? As for things else in 2018, like I said, the book is coming along. It's finished. I started that journey in 2016 on the summer solstice to find out if I was going to be loved and enjoy history that I love so much. And possibly find my uncle too, because that would have been a nice adventure to have with him. But didn't work out, and I completed the book on the winter solstice. 2 years later, sort of. Well, no, actually, over 2 years later, yeah. And I was hoping to get a release date for January 1st, but then I'm thinking to myself, January is not a good month for me. No, don't get me wrong. It's a good month for everything else. It's just not a good month for people. Especially when you meet people in January. Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm figuring maybe a February release date, March release date. We don't know. But I've got 2 very good proofreaders on the book and everything. What else was going on in 18? I tried to join a gym in 2018 because the doctor wanted me to strengthen my knee. But because of the situation we had, could not do it. So I might cancel my membership when it comes up again and everything. I mean, that was $25, but you know what? It kept my credit card open so they don't close my credit card because I wasn't charging anything. Oh, that's another good thing too. In 2018, I was able to pay off 2 credit cards. But also in 2018, I met a lot of nice people, like I was saying. People who actually understand that my dyslexia is a gift and not a curse. Who know the whole story and understand that I was cheated out of a relationship and a friendship. That understand that they're giving me time to heal. And that's very interesting about image, healing, and everything and stuff like that. My reputation was ruined by people who don't know me. But yet people were gullible enough to believe those people. But then I had the friends who set them straight. And then I had people who talked with me, who met me finally when they figured out who I was. And they're like, wait a minute, you're this one's friend? Oh my God, no, I know about you. You're like the best. Why did I? So everything was starting to come to fruition. Things were doing good and everything, right? Then you get those wonderful naysayers who all I did was, bye. You know, I basically took back my reputation. I basically met people who gave me credit for my photos when I took photos at their event. And, and I was shocked. You can see I'm still shocked. But also 2018 was sad for me because it marked the 1 year anniversary of my friend Spencer's death. I love when that goes off when that does that, right? It marked a lot of anniversaries and everything. But I had to be the bigger person when it comes to some things. Because I'm always the bigger person when it comes to many things. Because I said to myself, yes, I still am mourning the loss, but at the same time, I have to move forward. And I know I'm tearing up right now. But at the same time, it was like interesting that things would be, you know what I mean? And then I started meeting people on Instagram. I started building followers, things like that, and met some nice people and everything. But then I still had friends who knew these people that were trying to pull the same thing that people pulled on me, trying to make me sway my opinion and everything of people that I meet. Why don't you let me judge the way I had to judge with the one in England and all his friends and everything? Or my other exes that were here and everything? Or many other friends that I've met? Because you know what? We don't meet anybody by accident. We come in people's lives to either learn a lesson, teach a lesson, or become the lesson. And if we don't do that, then it's going to be harder the next time around. Many people have said to me that they were happy I wrote the book. The ones who have seen it. They go, oh, now this makes sense. This makes total sense. Because they finally got my side of it. And then the same thing when other things had happened at conventions and everything. Everyone got my side of it. And my opinion of it. And they were like, you know, you're right. We're sorry. Can you forgive us? People, I already gave forgiveness to those because I had to forgive for myself. Because if I held that hate in my heart for people, I'd be no better than them. So that's what 2018 was for me. Telling everybody, take your luggage, take your trash, take everything that you want me to fix and put it back in your house. Because I have to deal with my father not being around because he's helping my sister with her situation. I have to deal with my mother, and you all know how my mother is. I have to deal with my job that I'm walking on thin ice with because there's no way ever I'm going to get it full time because of my dyslexia, because you have to get 95 or better. And the state test is more like an IQ test in the sense of it points out your strengths and weaknesses, and my strengths and weaknesses are based on perceptual impairment. The perception I read a sentence with. Because I get the second best answer, not the first best, because I see it as all sides around me, including the center. I also have projects to complete. I have to work on the PR stuff. I have to do more things that I was supposed to do in 2018, but we had a serious situation that turned everybody's things topsy-turvy. Wibbly wobbly for those in Doctor Who world. Okay? Or like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to think of an anime. You know? We create our own destiny. We create our own cards. And you know where I'm going with this, because if you watch the Sakura and the clear cards, you know? We create what we need at the moment. We create our world. Destiny, yes, fate and everything. But what do we do is we create around it. Do we create clutter? Do we create mess? Do we create love? We learn and we manifest it. and then it becomes solid. Sometimes you do it subconsciously, like Sakura was doing in the clear cards. And that's when you gotta watch. Because if you don't realize that you're hurting someone subconsciously, because it's second nature to you, and they're pointing it out to you that you're hurting them, and you still let people hurt them because you get a satisfaction or a jolly out of it, check your priorities, check everything. Because this 2019, I'm going to do a lot more, like I'm trying to promise, guys, but I can't really make promises because we're still dealing with a situation from 2018 that has gotten better with my sister. We're still dealing with a lot of stuff here that I'm trying to tell people. Fix your own problems. I can counsel, but I'm not going to fix them for you. I'm trying to hang out with people, but like I said before on my Facebook videos, because that's where you can find me mostly, if people really wanted to be in my life, they would not care what my family is like. They would understand that days I say, don't come here, don't come here. But other days, they would just show up and knock on the door. And that goes for guys who want to go out with me. But at the same time, people, it's my choice. It's my decision. And the best thing about this is that the people I have met now who heard my story, who know what's going on, say, sweetie, love, basically you need to heal. You don't need romance. You don't need romance right now. What you need is to get to know someone and then let it come to you. You need your friends around you. You need all this. And they want me to come out. They want me to go have fun, but I don't have the money to go to conventions. Right now, with everything going on, my family's getting paranoid with the area and everything and all the gangs and all the shootings and everything and stuff and all that around here. But you still have to live. You can't keep running from everything. You can't keep blaming someone else. And that's what happens with my family, with people I know and everything. And that's my lesson I had to learn for 2018. Which people are wanting me to doubt myself, wanting to be selfish of my abilities, wanting to just treat me as if I'm nothing but their punching bag, their scapegoat. And then trying to find the people who want to be around me, who understand that I can't go out 24/7, but are more than welcome to come here, but they don't want to clean, you know? Or they understand that I have a crazy schedule that if anybody does come over, it would have to be like a Friday night, Saturday night, possibly maybe a Sunday, but because the schedule is so bad. But I've got friends that work in the industry that they're working nights, they're working things, they can't do it. But they're still my friends. They haven't given up on me. We all know that one day we'll hang out because that's what it means to be an adult. You're trying to get the hustle to do things. But you see, most people keep saying to me that I'm privileged because of the color of my skin. I grew up so poor that no one wants to realize that. No one understands how I grew up. I grew up with the Depression era people who taught me how to recycle things, turn things into things, and keep everything until it finally breaks and still use it to fix something else. My little rolly cart under my desk, the wheels finally broke off after, and I've had that since I was 12 years old. You know what? It works better as a stand now, instead of rolling around. It's still good. It's a metal frame. It's just the wheels broke off. And what am I doing with the wheels? Trying to see if I can fix them. If not, I can use the plastic pieces to make little buttons on cosplays. You guys really missed the mark with me. You guys always like to throw me under a bus when it doesn't suit you or if I look like I'm getting bigger than what you want. This thing of jealousy, hate, and envy has got to stop. So this 2019, my game plan with anything is this. I'm going to try to do more videos. But like I said, I can't do as many as I can because of the situation we have here, my job and everything else. Will I be going to more events? Hopefully. Will the book be out soon? Hopefully. We're trying to get it out soon because that's where it's going to be interesting because I might have to go on a book tour. It might be at BookCon. Who knows? Does it mean I'm going to stop doing things? No, I still have to work. I still have to work, but that would be an extra income for me to pay back all the bills so I can plan things for you guys and pay back a lot of people who have helped me along the way. The only stipulation now is this. YouTube, I don't know how long it's going to last. But like I said, you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook Live, all the other stuff and everything. Okay? I'm trying my best, but with the situations I have, I can't be a 24-hour-a-day vlogger. And if I have the watch time, why am I not getting the likes and subscribes? Because you guys are watching these. It's just that now I don't know if it'll be a post every day or whatever because of the situation I'm in. But the ones that you missed out on are all on my Facebook. Because I had been posting there because I didn't know what YouTube's parameters were and what the situation with my family would be. Also, Instagram I was posting. I mean, I have them all saved. But I don't have an editing program anymore because the one I have finally died. I have to save up some money to get that. I thought I would have been able to this Christmas, but I used the money to keep my lights on. You see, people, reality here is this. Some of us vloggers are not rich. Some of us are actually poor. But I'm not asking for money. Be nice to have money. I'll be able to pay bills and everything. But I'm just here because this started as a project back in school to tell everybody what my life was like. And it ended up being something I enjoyed. And something I wanted to branch out with all of you. But then life got in the way. Craziness got in the way. And I sat there and I'm like, well, I have to do the crocheting with them. I have to do this. But then time wasn't my friend. This time is going to be my friend. The universe will help me with that. People who I care about, who care about me now, will help me with that. I just wish those who are still miserable at heart, still carrying the hate in their heart for me, let it go. Just let it go. It's not worth it. Move on with your lives. Move forward. You know, I'm doing that. I just wish more people would do that themselves. I did get a phone call this morning at 1:25, restricted call on my cell phone. And then a dead air message at 1:26. Could have been my sister. Could have been somebody else. Could have been who? Because I don't pick up block calls. I don't pick up restricted. I don't pick up things that I don't know anymore because I have a life that I have to fix, and that's mine. I have things that I have to take care of, and I've got a cat crawling up the back right here. Oh no, he's getting cuddled. All right. Because I know you guys haven't seen Shadow in a while. I didn't do this year the Christmas with NORAD. I didn't do anything of all that. What I did this year was take back my life. And I'm going to keep taking back my life. Because haters are going to hate, players are going to play. And as for me, I'll come across them every day. But I will say this. I just wish that 2019 is the year that everybody wakes up. That you actually talk to people again. That there's no war, there's no this. There's no being self-centered because you're not getting your entitlements. Because nobody's entitled to anything. We're privileged to have what we have. And if you think the grass is greener on the other side, spend a day in my life, or spend a day over in another country, or spend a day over wherever. Because sometimes what you think you're entitled to, some people are only privileged and not at all. They don't get the things we get. Or they don't get the things you think you're supposed to get. I don't do political, I don't do anything, but it is funny how everyone just feels entitled. No one's humble. And that's what I'm going to say to you guys. By the granting of the universe, I hope everyone who sees this learns what humility is. Maybe then we'll be better people. Maybe 2019 will have a brighter side to it. And maybe, just maybe, everyone would be happy, be bright, and be you. And don't hold back anything, because you know what? If you hold back who you are, people are going to miss out on a lot of things. And I'm glad I didn't hold back this year. because I made a lot of good friends, and I love you all. Bye, guys.